Maisie claims she knows the lyrics to Wrecking Ball.
We clawed, we chained our hearts in vain, we jumped, never asking why. Top 10 most annoying things ever. Bloopers.
Lastly, for Richard and Michelle, do you anticipate being able to watch the show now that you're no longer a part of it, or is it too sensitive?
I'm so excited about watching the show.
I
mean, I love the show. I love being a viewer of the show, and there's so much of it that you read in the scripts, but you don't get to see. And now, I don't know anything that's coming. So
because you haven't read the scripts, so we'll be like the nerds on the internet going. No offense to the nerds on the internet.
I just wanted you to let me in. I guess I should have let you in.
Have a shot.
Thanks.
It's not what it looks like.
And I shouldn't really be saying this, but I kind of went into the first audition unprepared. I was unaware of the show. I hadn't watched the first season. I'd kind of just heard from guy friends who've been watching it that that it's amazing. So it was all kind of word of mouth, and I didn't realise the pressure. And had I realised the pressure, I don't think I would have been able to land the job in the first place. So kind of I'm happy that I was naive for the first round of the audition.
I should have bought you flowers and held your hand. Should have given all my hours when I had. I came into the bathroom to find this. Well, clearly I'm interrupting something. Okay, go. I have one question. Where's my leg? Na 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 na. Batman. They dead, like so dead, like OMG dead. My mother and brother are dead.
We're here to talk about Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Exactly, all nice and dramatic.
Game of Thrones.
Are we looking forward to much more dramatic moments in the new season for you?
But, yes.
I am Sparta! No!
Oh, shit. Oh.
You guys knew about this?
You know what? That's why this is the best show of all time.
Gratifying. I like that last guy. Yeah, last guy.
Oh, baby. Maisie, I hope you're not going to be in the shower for too long. I'm Sophie. I'm India. And this is our Vine.
Happy birthday, Only. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great day.
This, it's falling off. Okay, this is a wonderful neck piece.
I think it is when they say, oh, there's a man and a woman in a bathtub. Let's take pictures. Now, you can't.
As you do.
Yeah,
as you
of
do.
course, as you want, and who can blame you? But you don't want that in the theater. So what do?
Well, it hasn't happened. There really hasn't been that many people taking photos of us in the tub.
They should be admonished and warned not to take photos.
They should. Yeah. Indeed, they should. And also, there's just no need. They could go on YouTube and see Game of Thrones, and it would be more than they would ever see in the bath.
You've been naked in the Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
Sam's the daddy of that little family, and he's just hell-bent on being a better...
For example, your parents are living?
Yes, they are, yes.
So, so they've seen the Game of Thrones.
Oh, they have.
Yeah, and
yes,
what do they say?
Have.
Hey, look at there. Hey, come here. Hey, hey.
Well, No, but I tell you what, it just puts the... But when they saw the bath scene, they were like, what's all the fuss about? Like, it's not a big deal. They've seen it all before.
Is your mother better about it than your father? Or is there anything that there's nothing to worry about?
Well, yeah, A, there's nothing to worry about. And B, my mum sees it and is very cool and fine with it. And my dad just kind of avoids eye contact for the first kind of...
Yeah.
Couple of hours after we've seen it, and then it's kind of, then it's fine.
Littered with arrows.
Arrows. I know. Oh no! I'm sorry. The man was riding away from me. I wasn't letting him go.
I kind of always wanted to be an actor, but when I was about 11, my parents were like, okay, you wanna give this a go. And my dad works in a theatre. He's a sound designer, and so he got me in on this audition, this West End audition. So I was about 11 years old, and I was like, yeah, this is amazing. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna be an actor. It's gonna be great.
You had wanted to do this?
Oh yeah, for quite some time, and I was convinced it was all going to work out brilliantly, happily ever after. So I turned up to this audition and was not expecting to see 80 girls lined up outside.
Oh my God, 80 11-year-old girls who wanted the part.
Exactly, who wanted the part. And so I got into the theatre and heard for the first time Midnight. You know, midnight, not a sound on the. You know,
oh, midnight song? And the kitties are sleeping.
Yeah, the cat. No,
is that what it is?
Song from the musical Cats.
Yeah, midnight and the kitties are sleeping. Downstairs by the furnace.
Clearly you're not dying because these feel like it can only lose one Stark Boy a season.
Yeah, I think I am in next season.
Well, I didn't know. I had never heard that song before, and I heard it like 80 times. And so I was freaking out because I didn't have anything. So I kind of shuffled onto the stage. My dad's...
Wait a minute. This is your dad's fault. You're auditioning for a musical, and you don't have a piece to sing. Somebody...
I was pretty sure I could just go and wing it, I suppose.
What did you do?
Well, so I just desperately, in the few minutes before I walked on, was trying to remember any songs, and I was currently being taught a folk song at school called Donkey Riding.
Donkey Riding.
Hey ho, away we go, riding on a donkey. Is how it goes. And so that's what I did.
And they loved it, right?
They hated it.
Oh.
No, they really. I don't think I even got through the first verse.
That's not right.
And so then they asked me for something a little more contemporary. Yeah. So then I quickly followed that up with a rendition of the Spice Girls, If You Want to Be My Lover.
How did that
Complete with a dance routine. I think they saw that out through fits of laughter. And I just remember halfway through my like Macarena type dance move, looking to my dad, and he's just got his head in his hands. Like...
Hi.
Maisie's beating.
Everything.
We're treated like gods.
Literally.
I know I'm still living, but I admitted while sitting next to George that I hadn't read the books, and now I fear for my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He may become angry now that you haven't read his books. And you'll be hit by a car, which is that doesn't happen much in that realm.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
A girl came up to me in a bar the other day and said, "You look exactly like Jon Snow." And I was like, "Well, actually, I am." And she said, "You know, he's much taller than you. He's much taller than you." Like, okay, you know what? I lied. I'm not.
I'm not Jon Snow.
My veins popping. It's not a great. Much better. I like your hair.
That's better.
Look at the camera.
I believe I can fly.
Yeah, the race of
Oh, wow.
At our karaoke party in Iceland, this guy, what did he sing?
I don't remember.
Faith by George Michael, I remember. He was blinding.
You felt this way all day, and then they release it. It goes...
The release, and then the release.
Yes.
So that was a wig, by the way.
Yeah. I was like, why are you wearing a helmet?
What does Winter is Coming mean to you?
I'm sorry, I just have really inappropriate things in my head.
I'm a little shy.
You're a little shy?
But I think you could join Game of Thrones with this situation.
Thank you. I'm also a little nervous to be seated next to the House of Lannister.
How would you describe Game of Thrones to people who maybe haven't experienced it yet?
It's set in a kind of fictional medieval land with a lot of violence and a lot of very raunchy sex.
There's a lot of rumpy-pumpy.
A lot of rumpy-pumpy.
She is tough. I find some redeeming qualities in her myself, but fans some of them really hate her, and they let you know that, don't they?
Yes, they're not. I mean, I guess it's a compliment. You know, when you're buying a table and someone's like, "You that bitch off."
My name is Tywin Lannister, and I'm a kindly, benevolent father of a dysfunctional family.
I like the way you sing and when you dance with me. I don't know why.
Fucking yes. That is probably, and please don't take this away, the single poshest voice I've ever heard in my life. Even that laugh is remarkable.
After filming, forget about my dirty makeup and go to the shop. People think I'm homeless, and it's hilarious. Well, not really, it's kind of sad. Clapping with one hand. Wow.
I'm not gonna die. I'm really tough.
Every day is a new challenge.
I was in a department store and I was just in the lift and the lift doors opened and this woman kind of looked at me and did a double take and just said, "Khaleesi." And the door was kind of closed and that was it. I was like, okay.
I wanted to congratulate everyone on making it through season 1 alive. Which not all of your fellow cast members did. Now, with this show, do you ever worry, like, when you get the next script, this is it, like, this is where your character gets killed?
Yeah.
It's just the girls. We need
Only the girls.
Don't we?
Do a lot of falling in my dress, which is not that funny to listen to, but to watch it's quite amusing. Season 1, when I was covered in blood doing that scene, and I got stuck to the loo seat. No joke. I stuck myself to everything because it was sticky blood. So I stuck my knee to my knee, and then myself to the loo.
On Game of Thrones.
Yes.
This is Rose Leslie.
And this is Emilia Clarke.
Would you believe it?
Thank you, guys.
Would you believe it?
Have fun.
But I was walking down the street in, it was in London actually when this happened, and I was, this guy came up to me and he was like, "Khaleesi, like Mother of Dragons, please, 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 can I have a photo?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course, oh my god, definitely." So he'd take his photo and then he was like, "So what's your real name?" And I was like, "Oh, it's Emilia." And he was like, yeah, stick with Khaleesi, it's much better.
Thanks a lot.
It's a real fun to recognise me because of the hair. And I look quite different with it.
Not always riding your horse.
Not always riding my horse. Not always getting raped either, which is not important.
And it was seeing John Bradley's face slowly freezing. Slowly turning into a block of white. It was hilarious. They kept the camera rolling just to watch it for a while. It was really mean, but it was.
That's really mean.
It's like he got icicles on his little.
You pretty much have all the men at your fingertips now when you meet them. They're like, "Oh, there she is. There's Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones," and you're like, "I got them. They're putty in my hand."
I think maybe if I had my dragons with me all the time, that might work. But without the wig and the dragons, it's not so.
But you know, you can tell them the dragons is the valet, right?
Exactly.
They're parked and they're ready.
I parked my dragon outside. Don't you worry.
Really good fun. It was really good fun. We got to play around with and each other.
Yes.
Which is always good.
We were just sort of being very affectionate.
Yes, exactly.
In a fashion way.
Yeah, in a styled, fashiony way.
Joffrey's a wee prick. Mummy's boy, a bully. He's got nice eyes.
I feel like Jack, the actor, has an abundance of redeeming qualities. I feel like Joffrey, the character, less so.
He's kind of always sits like squiffy on his chair. And he's like always picking it at the handle, and he's like, "I am the king."
I feel like Ant-Man is kind of the sleeper. Superman couldn't save his own planet, could he?
Well, he's a baby.
He's still Superman as a baby.
He doesn't have superpowers on Krypton.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Heroes.
Yes!
Michelangelo! And the little rat.
Splinter. You clearly haven't seen the show at all, have you?
Inspector Gadget! Does he count? Go Gadget! Go Gadget arms. He'd save the world.
Now, you live in New York City now?
I do. At the moment, that's where I'm living. Yeah, it's amazing, amazing. I got here in sort of the end of January, and I was really British about like crossing the street and being really kind of sensitive about things. And then within the first like week, I was walking out and I was listening to my music, and this car like comes down in front of me, and I like slam my hand on the hood, and I'm like, hey, I'm walking over here.
One of the most terrifying things I've ever had to do was the opening shot of season 3. They wanted to get this feeling of something being behind Sam and something in pursuit of Sam. So they decided the only way to achieve that effect was to chase me on a quad bike through the snow. And they had a guy running alongside saying, the only reason I'm here is if you fall over, I'll get the quad bike to stop. I went, thanks very much. I don't know what they're paying you, but it's not enough.
The most weird thing I've had to do this season is to bite off a man's ear and spit it in his face.
Na Savannah was a piece of a go. Bye. Where's my case? Where's my case? Where's my case?
You guys have to dress up as a character. Who would you guys would dress up as?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna go for Michelangelo. I would be as him.
I'm gonna go for
Raphael.
Raphael. Yeah, Raphael.
And it's just really exciting.
You can see the headline kind of kids with drinking problems on Game of Thrones. And
you know, Flint, what?
Everyone else gets the bat.
Okay, well, there was that scene where he said, Hodor. Hodor?
Hodor. Hodor.
Yeah, that was definitely a badass one.
Oh, Dracarys.
Dracarys.
Definitely. I believe that's probably the most badass quote.
Barney, 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 son. Hey, when I'm talking, you right? You okay?
Flim.
We say schedule. The Americans say schedule.
Pecan.
Pecan.
Like a chicken.
Vitamin, vitamin.
Pasta? Does pasta change?
Pasta.
Pasta. Do you want some pasta?
I would like to nominate Kit Harington, Rose Leslie, and Alfie Allen. Hang on a second. And Alfie Allen, it's freezing in England, just as a, you know, everyone in... Yeah, okay, I'm ready. Oh my God! Oh my God! Mother of crap! Thank you.
You're really going to enjoy your theme song.
Wow.
Here we go.
Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage, Peter Dinklage.
And it's all... Wow. That guy has to come up with better lyrics.
And Sophie, you had an interesting transformation this season, turned into Darth Sansa. You know, what was your reaction to that big reveal, and what have fans been like after they saw that?
It was quite funny. Like, when that came out, I just got a ton of tweets with, like, what's it called, like a lightsaber photoshopped into the photo, and they were like Darth Sansa.
Yeah.
And I got like Malefisansa and stuff.
Yeah.
Aluminum.
Hey guys, have you seen my aluminum bike?
No, but I've seen your aluminium bike.
Yeah, it's aluminium.
If something really good happened, we'd be like, oh, that's brill.
Or this is fab. And in American, they would say...
That's sick.
This is awesome.
This is awesome.
That's the bomb. If something's really bad, in English, we'll be like, oh my God, this is rubbish. And they're like, what's rubbish?
So if you don't mind, it mean the world to me to be in your brotherhood.
Well, very good, yes. Let's hope I don't...
Yeah, what am I doing?
There could be a vacancy for host here soon. I dubbed the Sir Seth.
Thank you very much.
Night of the Pizza.
Night of the Pizza. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you, Cousin Lisa and Nicholas Holt, for the nomination. This is the ALS and the Motor Neurone Disease Association Ice Bucket Challenge. Please give generously. Wow.
I don't know what this is about. I nominate, specifically because she told me not to, Kaya Scodelario. And for the women of the world, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Kit Harington, and Jack O'Connell.
John, you also have some romance going on in the show. You think will that be a continuing part of the story in season 5?
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
I'd really like to think so. It's going to get hot. Not quite as hot as this.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
Yeah. Gilly melts my heart. Comic-Con melts my face.
Find out tonight exactly how well you know your books. Amy's going to read a line you've written. You have to tell us the character who said the line.
Hodor.
Hodor!
No, I'm sorry. That was actually Bran trying to get Hodor's attention.
I confess, I have not. Here's the thing: I haven't watched.
You haven't seen Game of Thrones?
I know. Look at me.
Ever?
Can you just catch me up on what's happened so far in the first few seasons of Game of Thrones?
What?
We
have a minute.
We're about 45 seconds now.
Stabby, 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 stabby. Sexy, 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 stabby, stabby, stabby. Beautiful, beautiful language and beautiful scenes of poetry and musing on the world that as we know it in King's Landing, and then a couple jokes. And more stabby, stabby.
Oh, you need
And brother, sister.
Woo, wee, wee, wee. Wait, what's that? What does that mean? They're having a party? Like a tea party?
Yeah. They're going, look at the fingers in a circle. Look at that.
Sounds good.
Yeah, man.
You don't pronounce the T's very much in America.
Tomato?
You want a
tomato?
Potato? No,
potato?
I want a potato.
Pronounce your T's. The English dialect is a
kind
lot
of-
more forced and
it's clipped.
colder and clipped.
Yes.
And it's more pushy.
Come on now.
Come on.
We're filming!
This is rubbish.
So that's how to speak American.
Thanks for joining us. Catch us on the next one.
You must prove your bravery by placing your hand inside the box. Only then can you do your acceptance speech, no matter what you find in there. Okay? So, thank you very Hello? No way. It doesn't ever stop getting scary.
Winter is coming.
Well, those are the words from House Stark. Half the people in the book say that.
No, these are the words from the Westeros 9 meteorologist, Breeze Daniels. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Ygritte, the wildling.
No.
Oh.
The Winterfell math tutor, Mrs. Puddlefinch. Jon Snow is not good with numbers.
Forgotten about that.
Not good with numbers.
Thank you very much, Dean Awards, for thank you very much everyone for voting for me. It's so lovely to be associated with all the other actors that were nominated, so thank you very much. Okay, I'm done. Goodbye.
Well, that's what they get for not inviting me. That was Robb Stark's Aunt Patty after she heard about the Red Wedding.
She doesn't. You don't want to have her at any function. She's a real bummer.
You know, these lists, you have to make choices.
Yeah, exactly. I get it. Weddings are very hard.
That's right.
To Robb Stark's credit, weddings are very hard.
Okay. Man wreck me Zala.
Khal Drogo?
No, me after a glass of wine.
Yeah. 3 characters from the show, and you, Sophie, have to decide who you're throning, who you're boning, who you're slaying.
Me as Sophie?
You as you, not
So
Sansa.
I'm basically saying, like, who are my classmates I would...
It's all shits and giggles. It's all for fun.
Okay.
Right?
Go.
Rose played. It was amazing. Are you
Who
ready?
did she say?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
So we're going Jon Snow, Jaime Lannister, Jorah Mormont. And it's their characters, so it's fun.
Okay, the characters. Okay. I would throne Jaime Lannister because he's kind of awesome. I would bone Jorah Mormont because I like the older man. I would slay Jon Snow because he needs to smile more and he's getting me down. Big time.
It's coming. Oh, is it coming? With their game. And I didn't even win the Super Bowl.
I've just finished shooting season 5, which we're around the area where we were up to with Marjorie in the books. So I'm entering into the fraternity of what the f is going to happen to me now.
Right.
I had a character called Manta Ray. I had a character called the White Raider. He was a superhero on skis.
Okay.
And I of course, had never skied in my life and knew nothing about it, but, you know, nobody had done that yet. I thought it was cool. So he had, you know, those ski poles that skiing people use.
Yeah.
One of his was a flamethrower, and the other one was a machine gun.
How could that not work? That's a great idea.
Perfect, yeah.
Now,
and here's the real foreshadowing part. I killed him at the end of his first story.
So you knew he didn't have a long...
Well, I knew that I like to kill characters, even then.
Yeah, right.
Fragile. You know that?
Well, you're about to take Fragile's job right now. Okay. Okay. You're already doing better than you did before. That was... Okay, so I think we're gonna do the whole interview from down here now. Sounds like a plan.
Always the end. I'll just be sat on the throne, like, yeah, go on, fight. I'll be here.
You do me first.
Just do it.
Ready?
She said, "Excuse me." I said, "Yes." She said, "Are you being Glenn?" And I said, "Yes, I am." She said, "Will you do me a favor?" I said, "Sure. Can you just look at me and say Khaleesi?" And I said, "Sure, yeah, Khaleesi." And she, "Oh, so thank you so much." So that's kind of weird.
They like to play. I swear it's a joke that they play on tourists. And
well, tell me what it is, because in case I go there.
Yeah, no, seriously, for everyone, I'm giving away their joke here, but they have this delicacy that's like it's shark, and it's they bury it. They catch the shark and they bury it underground. They let it rot, but before they let it rot, they all stand around and urinate on it. And then they leave it there for about 3 months, and they dig it up, and they serve it to wandering film crews and the like. And as you're eating it, they tell you what's happened to this shark.
What the?
And they're laughing, and they're not eating it.
That should be the first sign that they're not eating it, that maybe you shouldn't dig in.
Do you know what it tastes like?
No.
Pissed on shark.
This is my impression of the Twitter...
A dozen of these fans followed me, and we're eating cheesesteaks at Pet's King of Steaks at 2 in the morning, and one of them said, "I would like to be made a knight." And as it happened, he had a sword with him.
Right.
So I...
By the way, only in Philadelphia do they just let a guy with a sword walk into the cheesesteak place.
So I dubbed him a Knight of the Cheesesteak.
Wow.
And then all the rest of them wanted to be Knights of the Cheesesteak, too. So I made like 12 nights of the cheesesteak.
Hi, I'm Peter Dinklage, here for the ALS fundraiser. My good friend Sibel Kikili nominated me out of revenge for something I did on our show. So therefore, I will nominate 3 people: Thomas McCarthy, Josh Gad, and who is the other one?
Charles Dance.
Charles Dance, my dad, Charles Dance. Let's do this.
Bran, which Game of Thrones woman do you have a crush on?
I mean, Daenerys is pretty cool just because she's got dragons. I think I'd use her for the dragons, you know. But by Daenerys, can I have the dragons?
Okay, I'll take Daenerys, you take the dragons.
When you had an amazing fight scene, can you sort of like very briefly sort of tell what that was like to shoot?
I think he got off lightly.
Yeah. That always
I'm going to break the wheel.
That little monster's out there somewhere drawing breath.
I don't think I'm ready for what I deserve.
With me!
Han Hego asks, what is your favourite pizza topping? Pepperoni, always. I'm a simple lass, basic bitch, but pepperoni. Thank you.
To, whether they are giants or elves or dwarves or whatever they are, they're still human. The human heart in conflict with itself, as Faulkner says, that all of us have the capacity in us for great good and for great evil, for love, but also for hate. And I wanted to write that kind of complex characters in a fantasy, not just all the good people get together to fight the bad guy.
Well, speaking of amazing characters, I would like to talk a little bit about Tyrion.
Dwarves tipped you off. Speaking of elves.
I didn't want to say it, but I'm glad somebody...
Unicorns, Tyrion.
There are 30 people around you. You can't feel scared. Like, in the film, there's all these tunnel scenes, and it's really eerie. But really, there's, like, crew eating crisps, like, just off camera. It's just not that scary.
No, you just have to put your arm, no, just like... Oh, it's so weird.
If there's any other character that gets under his skin...
Arya.
Sorry, Lena was in the way.
You come into Game of Thrones on season 4, playing a pretty major character. He's somewhat of an anti-hero. Did you research...
What does anti-hero mean exactly?
It means he doesn't wear deodorant.
Okay, stop panicking. It's not permanent. It's just eyeshadow. Looks pretty cool, though, huh? What do you think? Green one's definitely better. I really wanted to try dark blue, but unfortunately I don't have enough eyebrows right now. I'll try it tomorrow.
How do I get drunk without a hangover? Great question! Maisie, why don't you answer this?
I wouldn't know because I am 17. Casper, over to you.
So you're saying you've never drunk?
No.
That's good, Maisie. I'm glad you're not a liar. Drink as much water as you can.
Thanks, Casper. I'll use that one when I'm 18 next year.
Good girl.
Yeah.
Well, Lena, speaking of your...
That's American actors, though.
Huh? What?
I'm saying that's American actors. That's a different story.
I learned that quickly.
Did you ever ask for a latte and it arrived on set of Game of Thrones?
Yeah. I don't fucking latte. I don't fucking There's a card fighter. What the fuck is that? Starbucks? Wow, I just lost the entire country of North Ireland.
What do you have to say to all the Santa haters out there? Haters to the lefties. I think Subs is an awesome character, and I think haters should step aside, okay? Because she is gonna kill you.
What are you doing? You're running around, and they've stopped. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's running.
But he loves her. I really believe he loves her, right? You don't think she loves him? Come on, just talk.
I have a kind of strange take on it.
You have a strange take?
I think she would like to be him.
George, can we make that happen? Somehow?
Well, there is magic in the world, so
don't.
How can I meet Maisie Williams?
Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit thumbs up on this video, and then I'll give you her address.
You don't know my address?
I do.
How to choose a book from the library.
Well, I don't know what a library is, but if you're thinking about books, I recommend a website called Audible, in which you can listen to the books, and I like to do this when I'm on like the aeroplane, and my favorite series, I'm trying to think what it is.
Game.
It's got the word game in it, yes!
Game.
No, it's The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Click the first link in the description below, and you can get a 30-day free trial plus a book.
I'm done with Game of Thrones!
No, what?
Deodorant and a pad. It is very hot.
Yeah. You can spray it on your feet too. It's multi-purpose.
It works wonders.
Yes.
And of course, you need a cool outfit, right?
And a cool outfit.
Varys. The man, to do a scene with him is nearly impossible without just peeing your pants. Not from laughing, but just peeing your pants. He has this thing he does where you can just pee your pants. No. Oh yeah, definitely trauma. And I barely have any scenes with him, so it's so easy.
Maybe. I think so. There's a little square now.
My name is Maisie Williams, and this is my ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Thank you, Kath Lee and Alex Garscott, for the nomination. I nominate Scott Hoying, Mitch Grassi, and Abigail Breslin. I've always wanted to do that. Thank you. Okay, we can switch it up. Did anyone say?
I apologise for the tiny, tiny bucket that I have, but I'm in a hotel room and I just made the best of what I got. So here we go. Oh my god. I nominate Reg Solkin, Pedro Pascal, and Justin Campbell. It's cold.
I'd like to thank Conrad and Terry for nominating me, and I accept your challenge. And I'd like to nominate Theo Stevenson, Josh Frankham, and Levi John Jefford.
Sophie Turner for nominating me. I nominate Sarah Paulson, Lena Headey, and Uzo Aduba. It's great. It's great.
There was a scene where he had Peter, is cracking Peter up just with the way he said "a shy."
And he was saying, and you couldn't do your takes because of the way he was saying it.
What's that name? By Archibald Shamalatish or whatever that book was, that scene. God.
The mud game.
Shamalama ding dong.
This is a question from Shauna at Shauna AKH.
Shauna.
Oh, you know what?
What are you doing? Stop touching your tits. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. That's really rude. I shouldn't say the T word.
There are worse T words.
What? Like what?
I'm not gonna say them because what you have.
Like Targaryen.
Is that like the only word you know from the show?
Arriving into a bunch of British actors.
You guys were really friendly, and
That's just fake.
well, you guys were good at it.
Yeah.
You can tell when people are fake here, but you couldn't tell that you guys were so fake. I know that now.
Who was your favorite character?
That's for me to know and you to find out.
The direwolves in season 1 were real because I took mine home. Thank you, George. Please. Yeah, the direwolves are real, and mine was probably the worst trained dog on set. But the rest of them were really good. I mean, the trainers were fantastic. And then I think in season 2 they just enhanced them, or was it total CGI?
They're wolves. We shoot them as they're real wolves, trained wolves that are shot here as visual effects elements, and then scaled up by about 50%. We do them real wolves shot separately and then inserted with visual effects into the.
And those are real dragons too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's meant to be a secret. It's called egg language. And you put an egg before every vowel. So I love you would be egg, I like you, eggy, eggu, eggu. We can talk away like that and people don't quite understand. People pick it up though. I've been working with Maisie Williams quite a bit and she's got it to a T now. She can understand it all.
Tell a friend that you like their boyfriend.
You don't, bitch. No.
Don't call her a bitch. That was rude. You don't even know her.
Girl, no.
My best friend talks shit about me behind my back. What should I do? You should take the word best out of that.
And then change friend to acquaintance.
Yeah.
And you're done.
Oh, Khal Drogo, definitely.
Well, if Mr. Benioff is playing Khal Drogo, I'll play Daenerys Targaryen. Picture it.
I am.
Hi.
Will always ask me to carry them.
People ask me to marry them on Twitter, which is really funny. Like, if you knew what I really was like, you would not be asking me to marry. I invented a game. This is my game. Say hello. Hiya. It's a great game.
And it must have been, from judging by the fashion and the sort of, look of the picture, it was from 1970. And in the picture, it was a group of elderly men all holding harmonicas. In the middle, there's a gentleman who shares my condition. He is a dwarf, and he's just sitting there smiling without a harmonica, but with like AstroTurf pants. And a big like a dandy ascot. And he's and I'm like, well, that's an interesting picture. And then I read the attached letter, and it's typed. So that's a little creepy, but... and it says, my father was a photographer, and I was going through his old photographs, and I came across this one. So I thought I would send it, and realized it could be, in the center, it could be no one else but the Game of Thrones Peter Dinklage. So if you do the math, I'm either immortal or, which some of us are, or I was 1 when this picture was taken.
Speaking to the heir of the Targaryen throne right now, mister.
Well, that's forward, isn't it? I was asked earlier who I thought Jon Snow's parents were, as I always am, but I said I think he's probably the love child of Brian May and Cher. But I don't know. I have my own theories and I keep them close to my chest.
That's probably wise. But do you ever find yourself like late at night watching YouTube videos about R+L=J?
No. No, I don't.
Do you find people think you're British in real life?
No fucking way. I'm from Jersey, man. No way.
How much of that on set was green screen for you guys as actors? A fair amount, I guess.
Nothing. I mean, that's.
I guessed incorrectly.
No. I mean, obviously, the explosion and the reaction to all of that is you gotta fake. I mean, not fake. Just you're going like this, and there's just a grip going with the light.
So
but
you're
everything
complaining
else.
about acting.
What?
You're complaining about acting. See, this is the American thing. This is the American thing. He called it, we had to fake it. We had to fake seeing the explosion.
Oh, that's weird.
We had to act.
I was like, where's the explosion? Not there.
Is it true that your parents own a castle?
That came out of nowhere. That came out of nowhere. Yes, that is home. That is my home, yes.
Like a whole huge castle. I'm American. I don't understand castles very well.
Well, it is a very kind of like, it's an old house, that is true, but I mean, it's drafty. It's drafty. It's not necessarily the most kind of like comfy place. I love my home.
Wait, say again?
I love my home. That was a horrible thing to say. My home is very cozy and comfy.
My mum and stepdad have both read the books and they've told me roughly what happens to Arya.
Yeah. So I have read them, yeah.
Yeah, I read per season. Yeah. And I must admit, I did take a leaf out of Sophie's book as well. Like, look for the title of your character. Yeah. And then, of course, fill in the dots in between.
Well, like with Maisie, my mum read the book. And she did a really good summary, so.
Isaiah Baxter asks, will you take this ring and marry me, please? XOXOX, please get back to me. Listen, that's a bit forward. We only just met. Can we just be friends?
Noise that you hate.
Noise that I hate. I don't know. Probably just someone crying. Right? Right? Yeah?
Literally flipping through, just been like trying to read it as quickly
and yeah,
as
as soon as you get them in, you get the text message being like, have you got up to episode? What page are you on? Did you get that bit?
Peter Dinklage, Game of Thrones.
Thank you. Thanks. I was talking to my mother in Jersey before I came out, and she said, have fun, but have you seen Mildred Pierce? Guy Pearce is so good, he's gonna win.
There you go.
And he just went off after about a third of the film. And then when it came out, we were saying, you should have been in it longer. And the director said, John Frankenheimer, he said, I wish we would have kept you in longer. And I said, why didn't you? Yeah. He said, wouldn't it be great, Sean, it'd have been in longer. Yeah, it fucking would.
So we're lucky.
Haven't done a lot of sets.
No.
Haven't done a lot of sets. No, just been freezing my ass off in Iceland.
Yeah. I've been baking my ass off in Morocco.
When I was doing an arrow shooting scene, I was shooting the three-eyed raven, and I had to shoot it, and I was saying, well, do you want me to aim at it, because I might miss? I might hit it, sorry. And they said, no, aim away from it. So I said, all right. I aimed away from it and went, sailed straight past the bird, went through a big white sail, and then straight into this huge inflatable helium-like balloon. It went...
Oh my god! Wait, like a light?
Yeah, a big £15,000 helium light, and then the gaffers had to come and stick tape on it, and it was, oh dear, there goes £10,000.
I haven't vined in a while. I can't even say it! This is my third attempt!
Attempt number 8. I haven't vined in a while.
Hi guys, thanks for coming. I just wanted to ask you guys, what's one of your favorite parts about being on the show?
Lena.
Walkers when I'm in a hurry, getting the runs after eating a curry. Posted a picture, got no likes, slightly overcooking rice. Every time I shave I get hairier, unexpected item in the bagging area. Stepped on a Lego brick in the dark, and now I feel sadder than Sansa Stark. Earphones tangled in my bag, a Facebook photo I didn't want tagged. Drivers who don't
Sometimes I think, the process of writing is not terribly different than the process of being psychotic,
Yeah, that's great. So that really keeps it fresh, as Lena was saying. And they're amazing, actors from England.
A baby was born during the Game of Thrones.
Definitely conceived.
I used to love her romantic comedies 10 years ago.
When I was funny and romantic.
Chest to chest, nose to nose, palm to palm.
Really?
This is so funny. Peter and I were making fun of Sibel so bad. During the scene, and offset, Sibel would be like, so Peter, and she'd be like, sweetheart, how do you say this word? Because we were ordering lunch, and we were like, that's dessert, and she was like, oh, okay. And then we were like, but then there's also desert. And that also means food. And then we're like, and dessert means like that hot kind of place, where you can't find any water. And then she's like, so desert is food and dessert is the place. And we're like, no, you got it wrong. And then we were like confusing her, so bad. It was so funny. She was like, Peter, Sophie, stop.
Let's go down here to the right side. Oh, there's someone way at the back. Oh, up on the left-hand side. Oh, there's a microphone in the stands. Cool.
Hi, this question is for Ms. Headley. About 6 weeks ago...
oh my God, don't tell that story.
It's over between you guys. Come on.
Just get out.
Just get over her.
Leave me alone.
I can't believe he's here. Give it a break, man.
About 6 weeks ago...
So I'm a little bit behind, so can you help me? I know it's season 4 and I'm like an old man, haven't caught up with technology on Game of Thrones.
I'll give you a quick whistle-stop tour. Yeah. Season 2, home burnt down, leaves home.
Oh,
Season
terrible.
3, walks through forest, meets new character, starts morphing into animals.
Right.
Okay.
That's cool. Gee, that's a great step to you. You're a pro at this business.
I've never sat on it either, and I'm really sad.
I sat on it once.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was it comfortable?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
It's not too bad.
I thought it was like the most uncomfortable thing ever.
Well, it was fine for like a couple of seconds, I'm sure, if you're sitting on it for like 5 hours a day.
Jack's found like a certain position
And he's all
and
like,
how he sits on it.
Felt my comfort bed.
So he's like, okay, To the left, back a bit. We found it.
That's why he's always sort of like to the side.
That's why he's always to the side, leaning. Yeah. Because it's the Jack position.
I thought it was just because he was the king of swag.
King of swag, indeed.
Okay, I have a question. Was it really ever awkward whenever you had to do the very intimate scenes? Like, did you find it uncomfortable? Was there like a moment you were like, I had to do what?
I had a body double. Corey and all that.
Do I have any intimate scenes?
Always had it.
It's just bizarre doing those scenes, and they're funny because, you know, you're pretending to do something and there's a guy with a microphone literally that far away from you. And, you know, the driver's talking about lunch, what they're going to have for lunch. They're just strange. And they're the farthest thing from intimacy in the world. So it depends on who you're being fake intimate with, too. Because when they're not into it, boy, is that fun.
Those of you who think I don't have a smartphone, what did you think I was whining off of? This is just my phone in case I forget my name. It happens.
I remember in the first episode of like this season, it was something like, you know, the line was like, you know where Arya is.
I didn't like that woman.
And I tried it so many times, and David and Dan, the executive producers, they kept coming up to me and they were like, no, do you know where Arya is? So then I'm like, do you know where Arya is? And I'm like, Arya?
Yeah, everyone struggles with my name, including myself.
It's like, Arya. What are you doing? But it's not Arya, it's Arya.
It's just
Arya.
Arya. Like 2 syllables.
Like, are you going to the ball tonight?
Yeah, are you gonna eat a pie? And then you're like, no.
Are you or aren't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, so we changed it to Arya's alive.
More of a...
I think she'd object in the strongest possible terms if I tried to lie on top of her.
Right, good.
It'd be a bit of a gilly pancake.
What's a gilly pancake?
Well, you just see my back and then her arms and feet just sticking out from underneath. Yeah, so I think Hannah's got it written into a contract that whatever happens, that is not an option.
No gilly pancakes here at all.
No gilly pancakes. Now you got me thinking about pancakes.
Right, I'd like some pancakes. That sounds pretty good.
Only I could start answering a question about sex and bend it round to pancakes.
How much fun is it to torture Alfie Allen?
Well, it's on television, so I'm not really actually torturing him, but no, it's good fun. I mean, Alfie's a brilliant guy, and he's really...
Alfie's fans will be relieved to hear that. There's no actual physical... No Alfie Allens were harmed in the making of this show.
Yeah, he still has a penis.
Hodor should win the throne, I think, because he's got good leadership qualities and sound political policy, so I think he'd be a very good leader.
Hodor! To be honest, the reason I got that part was because my sister printed off the wrong part for me to learn. And when I arrived there, I hadn't learned it, and I was so angry. They gave me another 4 hours to learn, and I had to sit in this bloody waiting room.
You came in angry?
I came in raging, and I just knew one point I had to lose it, and when I lost it, the guy nearly fell off his chair. So I thought, that's a good sign.
Little do you know it's actually me.
If I were to punch someone, I feel like glitter would just come out of my knuckles.
Really? Could you fake punch me?
In like
just do a slow motion.
glitter.
Oh, it was. It was like I'm at a wedding. It was amazing.
But still, I bet it was. See, look, she doesn't blink. She doesn't blink. She's not blinking. It's so freaky. She doesn't blink.
I would describe Oberyn as a deeply passionate person who is either going to kill you or have sex with you.
Yourself, you have to say that life it is a game of moans, and sometimes they're overblown, but it can make you feel alone, where people do not share your home.
Kicking butt?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Hella yeah.
What's your go-to manoeuvre to bring someone down?
Sticking with the pointy end. Oh!
Yep, see, that's right. She still got it. The pointy end. That's what your dad, God rest his soul, said to you.
It was my brother, but still, God rest his soul, my brother, my dad. Oh God, they're all dead.
Ramsay's a lovely guy, really warm, friendly person. He likes taking walks in the countryside, murdering people, flaying people, torturing people, that kind of thing.
Daenerys Targaryen. It's getting close to the bone now. I think it's time for me to be honest. I think Dany should be rude.
I'd like to be Tyrion.
Hodor.
Hodor, Hodor, Hodor. Hodor, Hodor, Hodor. Hodor, Hodor, Hodor. Hodor, Hodor, Hodor.
That life it is a game of moans, and sometimes they're overblown, but it can make you feel alone, where people do not share your moans.
All right, calm down.
I've always had a real soft spot for Lord Varys. Oh, shut up.
And it's really lovely that you two have become very close friends, haven't you, whilst working on Game of Thrones? Don't pretend you were just...
And also, to the actors as well, how do you guys prepare for a set? What's going through your head, basically?
Kit? Oh, thanks. I've got away lightly on this TV show as far as how much I reveal.
So far.
So far. Thank you. But I think my opinion of it is that my favourite TV shows have got graphic scenes of sex in them. Is something that we do, hopefully, most days.
They're not strictly speaking TV shows, though.
On Game of Thrones, it was kind of like the worst death, I think, of all of them, because essentially you died because
a pillow.
Bactine wasn't invented, you know,
yes,
like,
right.
I mean, you died of an infection, which is kind of a lame way for this big, scary. Yeah, but was there a back then? I keep saying that to my like, well, back in those times, and they go, oh wait, these are the times when they had dragons. There were no times. These times didn't exist. Yeah. They could have Bactine. They have dragons.
But wasn't it Attila the Hun and Genghis Khan? They both died through poisoning, right?
You would know better than I. I have no idea. Guillermo, what did Attila the Hun die of poisoning?
I think so.
You think so? Okay, yeah. Thanks. Okay, it's like my own version of Google.
You've had to learn a lot of kind of things like sword fighting, horse riding, surviving in like the wilds of Iceland, etc. For the show. I was just wondering if you yourselves were put into the actual like environment that Jon Snow and like Sam have to live in. Do you think you would survive, or like how long?
I don't think Sam would survive.
No.
John, in your estimation, how long would Kit survive in a Jon Snow-like environment?
In a Jon Snow-like environment? Longer than me. But people say, just with regards to, horse riding and sword fighting and things, my advice to all young actors is to seek out characters who are terrible at everything.
I jumped on the plane and went straight back to
to London, but I was I had like a pipe all the way up my leg when we were filming this, which kind of went all the way to here when I get stabbed with the blood. But the first time it went really terribly wrong, and so all the blood just poured inside my body, and it stains you for days, this redness.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we had to do it numerous times, which was traumatic enough, and, you know, it was the end of the show, and it was a traumatic scene, and, I managed to get on the plane, covered in fake blood, crying because I was kind of upset at the end of the whole job, and I think I looked like I'd murdered someone, then got on a flight.
You were escaping. I would think sitting next to you would.
No one's
raise...
protect me.
I'd like to be a warg. I'd like to like put myself into a wolf.
Goblets. This is a goblet, and we've got some wine, and I thought it would be fun to talk to each other Game of Thrones style. Okay? All right, so shall we begin?
Yes.
Should I pour the drink, or do you touch it? How does? Okay, don't touch it. All right. We've already begun. Okay,
yes.
Here we go. Thank you.
That is a lovely tie. It's a shame it's around such a worthless neck.
Well, thank you for coming today. I know you have a busy schedule. Doing sex with your brother must be so exhausting.
So, you host a television program. How fun. You should enjoy it while it lasts.
You know, you're so good on the show. Is it a challenge to play Cersei, or you just naturally suck the life out of every room you enter?
You have such a way with words. I wonder if you'll be as clever when I have your tongue ripped from your throat.
It's always so nice having you on the show. It's a pity that this is the last time.
The last time. I believe your wife must say that to you every night.
Nicely done.
In terms of survival, shooting the pre-credit sequence in season 3, where it's supposed to be a continuation from the end of season 2, where Sam's still running from the White Walker. I had to run from about the end of the stairs to about those stairs over there, and in deep snow. In fairness to me, with a fairly heavy costume on, and I got to the end of there every single time when I was exhausted. And I said, just out of interest, how long do you reckon Sam would have been running for? And they said, we've worked out about 12 hours. And it's a terrible moment when you realise that Samwell Tarly is fitter than you are.
Which I love this promotional shot that it just kind of just covered the crotch.
Oh yeah, they did.
The whole movie, you don't see anything that's wider than a mid shot.
Is that right?
Well, not quite, but yeah, there was a.
So you're saying they put you in skin-tight pants and then didn't show them?
Well, we had about 2 days of screen tests for the skin-tight white pants.
Oh, you did?
Well, because it's Disney, so these are really tight pants, and it's Disney, so we had to kind of test things. We had to test things out.
Yeah, like Disney, like Donald Duck has no genitalia at all.
And the prince can't have any genitalia, apparently.
So
I mean,
Prince Charming cannot have.
No, I'm not allowed it. And you know,
he's like a Ken doll in a way.
It's like a Ken doll, exactly.
It's wonderful, and this show would not exist without Tolkien's books or Peter Jackson's movies. But I don't think any of the hobbits ever got a boner, you know. And when we were,
Arya Stark hasn't been seen since her father was killed. What do you think happened to her? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm sorry.